Hey Bricks, it's Brickley here, and welcome to episode 1 of Building Rivendell in LEGO. Yes, this is my brand new Building LEGO series, and I'm gonna build the entirety of Rivendell, so that's definitely gonna be something amazing. I've looked forward to building Imladris in LEGO for a long time, and I'm finally gonna work on building Rivendell within my LEGO The Lord of the Rings collection. So why am I deciding to build Rivendell in Lego? Well, I've actually just planned doing this for over 2 years now, and I really want to take some steps to building a huge Rivendell MOC for within my Lego The Lord of the Rings collection. And I hope all of you will enjoy watching this series, of course, aside from my Building Mordor in Lego series. I will be paying a lot of attention to building Rivendell and some other locations within Middle-earth. But in today's episode of Building Rivendell, I'm going to show you what I want to create for Rivendell and what I actually need for, of course, building this entire awesome elven city. So I'm definitely looking forward to explain everything to you. But first of all, we're going to go and take a look at what LEGO has provided us with back in the day. This is actually the LEGO Rivendell set over here, the Council of Elrond set. This set came out in 2013. And this was the only set we got for Rivendell. This was the only set LEGO released, unfortunately. So I think it's definitely necessary to build a LEGO Rivendell MOC myself. And that is really something I look forward to. But let's first of all take a look at the set over here. So in the middle, we got, of course, this little place with the one ring of power on top of it. We got 3 chairs for the Council of Elrond. And even though I really like this set, I think it would be superb to have a full Council of Elrond with all of the chairs surrounding the one ring of power. And over here, we got the tree with some nice detailed leaves. And the leaves are actually a bit variated, of course, in color, so that also is amazing. And as you can see, this entire function over here is also quite cool, and we got the Eye of Sauron inside, so that also is a nice addition to this set. Then over here on the right, we also got a little part of a tree integrated into this big arch piece with, of course, the roof and 2 of these statues on the top of the roof as well. And I think that this little part of course, the building for Rivendell really simulates some building style from, of course, the Rivendell city in the Lord of the Rings movie and the Hobbit movie, but I also think it really just simulates a lot of epic details on this little part. I mean, they only built this small little set for Rivendell, and I think LEGO really put a lot of effort into detailing this as much as possible with a few pieces. So they added a couple of these white arch pieces over here and these little, let me see here, these gray sort of pillars as well. And I think those definitely look great, and the back is just not really that detailed, so it's just a lot of open spaces without a lot of bricks to fill it up. And then over here we get this little armory with the elven spear, which is really a nice accessory, and of course Frodo's sword sting. I don't know why they included that. Maybe I even put that there myself, I'm not sure. This set really has been dusting on my shelf, so I really had to dust it off. And the minifigure selection of this set also was quite superb. I mean, we got Arwen, Frodo, Gimli, and Lord Elrond over here. So a nice minifigure selection for the Council of Elrond set. But I do think this set is amazing. However, I would like to see a bigger Rivendell. And right now, I'm actually going to show you something truly epic. So the official LEGO Council of Elrond set is without a doubt a small LEGO set, and I definitely intend to build a huge Rivendell MOC for my Building Rivendell in LEGO series. And I'm actually going to use the instruction from LegoMocLoc. He's created a huge, and I mean just enormous Rivendell MOC covering the entirety of Rivendell with a lot of epic locations from the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies together. And I think that this is definitely going to be an amazing project for all of you to see. And the parts for this entire instruction are pretty expensive to buy in one go. So I'll be taking a lot of time for building this entire MOC made by LegoMocLoc. So yeah, I think that LegoMocLoc really created a lot of epic buildings for Rivendell, and I'm gonna go and build this entire city of Rivendell from LegoMocLoc's instruction. And I'm not doing it to steal his ideas. I just want to show you what's possible when a fully committed member of the LEGO community is building his entire design within a LEGO instruction so everyone can just build that. And that's truly something amazing. I think that LEGO is about sharing and building together because it initially was meant for playing. So I myself am going to use LegoMocLoc's instruction. But in the thumbnail of this video, you actually saw that this video is going to contain something truly special. Well, that's quite a surprise actually, because I've already built this entire building of the instruction from LegoMocLoc's Ultimate Collector series, Rivendell. And this is just a huge building. This is the Frodo Awakens MOC, where Frodo wakes up and greets all of his friends from the Fellowship. And this is just an enormous building. And you gotta imagine, this is only the smallest building of the entire MOC. So there are just going to be 2 more of these sort of buildings, actually the same type. So I definitely look forward to building a lot more buildings for the Rivendell MOC. And this is just an enormous building with a lot of epic detailing on the front, with a lot of white pieces used. And the side of this MOC even is detailed. And we're going to go and take an in-depth look at everything, the exterior, the interior of this MOC. And I unfortunately don't have a time lapse for this because I actually built this 1 year ago with Christmas time. So that's actually something really epic. I built this 1 year ago, of course, well, almost 1 year ago because it's almost Christmas. But I'm definitely just happy with this. I got this for Christmas last year. And I look forward to building the other parts of Rivendell because this is the smallest part. And you gotta imagine, this is just gonna be a huge MOC towering my Blackgate MOC over here. So I definitely look forward to that. But initially, I'm gonna build the buildings of LegoMocLoc's instruction. And of course, I'm going to use a lot of other epic stuff, but we're going to go and get to that after I've reviewed this entire Ultimate Collector's Frodo Awakens set over here. The Frodo Awakens building is just huge. And I gotta say that there's a lot of detailing packed into this MOC. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom of this MOC on the front. So this entire area is actually detailed with a couple of the light bluish gray slopes, and I believe these are the 1x3 slopes, so those are definitely useful pieces for detailing this. And I really like the pattern that LegoMocLoc put into this, with of course a couple of these tiles, so even some of these ingot pieces as well to simulate some bricks within this wall. So that definitely is a nice technique. He also added these leaves over here, which actually fall off pretty easily, so this is definitely a MOC for display purposes only. But I do think that there's a lot of epic stuff on this MOC, like of course the details on the side over here, which we're going to take a look at in a second. But on the right over here, we actually got some rock work, which also looks amazing with a couple of random pieces. This is of course a snot technique, which is really awesome, and I think that definitely is amazing. And as you can see, this entire side is also the same sort of style as on the front, with of course those 1x3 slopes in light bluish gray color, the tiles and the ingots. And there's actually something really special about all of this detailing. It's actually just a big panel which you can put on the side. So there are a couple of panels, there are a couple of lines over here, and you can definitely see these lines, but that doesn't really matter because when you zoom out, you can see a lot of epic detailing. But these are a couple of panels which you can just attach pretty easily to the Rivendell MOC, which is truly amazing. And over here, we also got a couple of those leaves as well with a lot of awesome detailing on them, and even a couple of those sort of white flower pieces as well. And I think that definitely adds a little bit of detailing to the flowers and of course leaves of Rivendell. So right now I'm just going to go and turn to the other side, and there's a lot more rock work over here with a lot of leaves. And LegoMocLoc also put these sort of trees, I believe these are sort of trees without leaves, or maybe even some sort of plants or something. That definitely is a nice idea. I think that these definitely add a lot of detailing to the entire MOC, and I think the overall overview of this MOC really has a lot of awesome detailing with these sort of awesome plants on the side. So I think that definitely looks great, and I just positioned these in some sort of random position, but I think it definitely looks amazing with these pieces. And then if we're going to go and take a look at the front over here on actually the first floor, we of course got this little railing over here, and this railing is really nicely detailed with of course a little bit of light tan of course on both sides, and you can see a couple of these awesome railing pieces in white color with a lot of detailing on them. And I think that these pieces really are just the perfect piece for some railing within Rivendell. So LegoMocLoc really used these pieces in a awesome manner within this MOC. And as you can see over here, I set up Arwen and Aragorn, so that is a little love scene over here. And LegoMocLoc also added these sort of torches over here, and as you can see, I'm sort of just destroying everything because I'm actually bumping into everything. Well, that's just my clumsiness, I guess. I'm a little bit clumsy sometimes, but he actually added these torches on both sides. And I think the addition of these sort of clear crystals really is amazing with these sort of diamonds. So that definitely also is superb. And if we're going to go and take a look at this floor over here, this is the same sort of railing. We got two of these torches and a big window over here in the middle with some spikes. And of course, these sort of, it actually sort of looks like some prison window, but I think it definitely looks great. And of course, some archways over here as well. And I didn't show you that before, but these archways are also awesomely detailed. And these are just some regular Lego pieces, which you can just buy in one solid piece like the railing. So those are just awesomely detailed pieces. And I'm definitely happy with these pieces within the awesome Frodo Awakens set over here. And the side is also something awesome with a lot of detailing. This side has sort of open balcony with, of course, this little statue over here, the white female statue. And of course, there isn't any sort of elven hair, so LegoMocLoc included a regular hair piece over here. But I do think that that definitely looks amazing. And if we're going to go and take a look at this side over here, there's actually not a lot of detailing on the second floor over here, but we do see a big roof with a lot of detailing. We got the sand, green, and gold pieces, and then in the middle, some sort of bullseye detailings with, of course, the gold in the middle, some red and blue surrounding that, so that also looks amazing. And we also got that sort of circle pattern on the other side of the MOC as well. But I definitely think that that just looks amazing. We got the entire exterior over here, which looks superb. We got the two balconies over here, and there's actually also a back with a lot of awesome detailing to this MOC, which we're going to take a look at right now. So this is still the exterior of the MOC. We got a big pair of stairs leading up to, of course, the second floor over here. And we're going to take a look at the base of this stair, first of all. So this stair really looks superb with a couple of these studs on the back over here. Maybe I forgot to detail something. It could just be that LegoMocLoc left this open, but I really don't think he did that on purpose. Maybe I just forgot to place a couple of bricks over here. That's my mistake. But there's a lot of rock work over here on the bottom. We've got these awesome rock pieces, which I definitely want to use within my mocks a lot more. A couple of these slopes over here with some snot techniques, which also just look superb. A lot of these light bluish gray pieces with those leaves added on top of them to really add a lot of detail to this mock. So that definitely looks amazing. And then the railings next to the stairs are also really nicely detailed. You can see with a nice sort of technique with these cheese pieces in white color. We got those torch pieces over here. So a really nice technique to make the rails continue even when you're building on top of stairs. And over here also there are a lot of stairs with some tiles, and I'm definitely going to remove a couple of those tiles to actually pose up some minifigures just talking or walking down from the stairs within my Rivendell mock. So that definitely is also going to be something epic. And then over here, we actually got an interior, which we're going to take a look at in a second. But here's an elf guard, of course, with his hood over there. And of course, the elven spear, which is just a nice minifigure accessory. So this mock is actually modular. And what I mean by that is you can actually take it apart pretty easily for putting it away or transporting it. And the main reason why is actually because you want to really just transport this to maybe even your closet, because you're not going to have this on display all the time. So the main thing while lifting this piece is actually that the hard part is keeping this sort of stair piece intact. And that is why LegoMocLoc actually lets you remove this. So it's actually attached by 3 of these Technic pin pieces. Now I only have 1 of them within the Technic holes because it's much easier to attach and detach that. But as you can see, this stair piece is just a solid piece on its own, so you can definitely use this for some other, well, just buildings within, of course, the Rivendell mock made by LegoMocLoc. So you aren't really restricted to using it within this sort of Frodo Awakens building. You can just use it within any other building you would like. So that is definitely something amazing in my opinion. So I'm just going to go and put this part of the stairs to the side and show you the interior, because I'm going to need to remove this entire top floor to show you the first floor. The easiest way to remove the top floor of the Frodo Awakens building is actually grabbing onto these sort of sticking out plates on the sides. So you got one plate sticking out on this side and another one on this side. So you can easily just grab a hold of this and pull the entire top floor off. It's just a solid piece. As you can see, it's really sturdy, and there's a couple of these plates underneath supporting it, so that's why it's so sturdy. A lot of those bigger plates. I'm just going to go and put this to the side of the table right here. And here's the interior of the dining room underneath, of course, Frodo's bedroom. So we're going to go and take a closer look at all of the details inside this over here. So the first thing you'll notice is that there's a lot of tiles on the walls, and that is for it to be modular. So this entire building is just a modular part, so you can easily remove the big top floor. And if all of these wall pieces would have ended up with, of course, studs on there, this part wouldn't have been removed so easily. So these tiles actually make sure that you can remove it much easier than, of course, this having a lot of studs. And there's actually a little archway over here as well. And as you can see, the entire interior is also nicely detailed. We got 2 of these sets of benches with, of course, a table that definitely looks great. We got some candles over here, some cups for, of course, wine. We got a couple of beers or rum. That definitely also is a nice addition to this dining room. And then in the back over here is actually a little table with some cups and, of course, 2 bottles of rum. That definitely also looks amazing. And right now we can actually take a better look at the interior from the back. So I think this really looks nice. I mean, you can just set up a couple of elven minifigures. For example, here's, of course, the guard from the LEGO barrel escape set from the Hobbit theme. I can just set him up right over here because this isn't really just a Mirkwood minifigure. You could clearly see some people with, well, actually red dresses and, of course, red clothing within the
Rivendell city, of course, within the LEGO The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit games. So as you can see, these minifigures really fit well within this dining room. I'm definitely going to collect a lot of different elves for my Rivendell mock as well. So that also is something to look forward to. But I think that these minifigures really are just superb figures for setting up some scenes. As you can see, this elf is really happy that he's having a drink, of course, while Middle Earth is in peace. So this is definitely an amazing mock, because aside from, of course, building Mordor in Lego over here, I'm going to build Rivendell. And Rivendell is pretty peaceful, with a lot of elves just living their life, while, of course, on the other side, we have Mordor with the orcs who really want to wage war. As you can see, we got some orcs over there in the back marching to war. So Rivendell is really going to be something different. It's going to be all about peace, awesome minifigures, and a lot of detailing, and that's definitely something epic. It's not going to be all about armies, because I really love army building, but I also love setting up scenes, and that is why I'm going to take on building Rivendell in Lego, because I really want to have a lot of architectural buildings within my Lego The Lord of the Rings collection, and of course a really diverse Lego minifigure collection for all of the elves who are going to inhabit Rivendell. That's definitely something to look forward to, and I really look forward to building everything, and of course setting up a lot of minifigures in rooms like this. But over here we got these two elves. I mean, I think that these elves really fit well. And if you have any other recommendations for building elves, of course, let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm really eager to hear your opinion on building a diverse elven population for Rivendell. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing your response on that. But yeah, this is actually the first floor, and right now we're gonna go and take a look at the top floor where Frodo is gonna wake up, and that is actually what this building is about. So I'm gonna go and put all of these pieces back together and show you the top floor right now. The top floor of the Frodo Awakens scene over here is actually quite hard to see on camera, but I'm gonna do my best to show you all of the details inside. So over here, actually on the left of the room, is of course the bed with Frodo waking up, and we got Gandalf sitting next to him. We got a little table over there in the back as well, which is also quite nice. It's sort of a white board. And then over here in the left corner is actually a little candle over here. And I think that candle design is really nice, with, of course, those Technic pins over there. So that also is superb. And then actually on the other side of the room, there's a bookshelf, and that's actually everything within the interior. And it's really nice to look at the window over here, because when you're going to have some sunlight shining through, there's actually going to be a little bit of sunlight just shining into the room, and you're going to be able to see a lot more detailing within this room. But the floor is actually made up of these dark tan plates, and I think that this is definitely a great sort of color for the floor. So that definitely looks great in my opinion. I mean, the stairs are also connected to, of course, this place over here. I do need to sort of figure out where I want these plates. This isn't LegoMocLoc's design. I sort of modified this myself, but I had to remove one of the wedge plates to actually detach this sort of stair system over here. So I'm gonna just figure out how I want that to be sort of remade. But I'm really happy with the scene over here. This is actually just an amazing scene from the Fellowship of the Ring and the Return of the King movie. So I really look forward to setting up a lot more scenes like these. Just awesome scenes from the films themselves. So that was my review of this Frodo Awakens instruction. And if you want to get this instruction for yourself, you can of course click the link in my description to go to LegoMocLoc's Instagram rebrickable page, where you can get the instruction. And of course, if you want to, you can support him on Patreon to support his awesome mocks. But yeah, these are the two buildings I currently have for Rivendell, so I'm gonna expand this in the future, not in the near future, because right now I'm focusing on building the Black Gate and of course Minas Morgul. But this is going to be a sort of side project. I really want to continue to expand my Lego The Lord of the Rings collection. And the main reason is because I actually have a big shelf over here. So I got Bag End, I got Weathertop over there. This entire shelf is going to be filled up with buildings from Rivendell. Of course, over there we got the Mines of Moria. Underneath here, I'm going to set up the Black Gate and, of course, Minas Morgul. Over here, I got Helm's Deep and a lot of epic LEGO The Hobbit sets over here on the top of my shelf. So I really want to make my LEGO The Lord of the Rings collection just a lot bigger and, of course, a lot more diverse, because right now I actually don't have a lot of different buildings for the Lord of the Rings. I mean, I got all of the sets, but I definitely intend to just expand my LEGO The Lord of the Rings collection with a lot of buildings. So I want to build a lot more buildings aside from, of course, the Black Gate MOC and, of course, Minas Morgul. So I really want to just expand my Middle-earth collection to the lands of Eriador, and that is why I'm going to build Imladris, Rivendell. That's definitely something amazing in my opinion. But this video isn't all about showing you these two buildings over here. I also have this little bag, and this is actually a little sneak peek on, of course, the future of this building series. So this bag is actually filled with a lot of studs. So I got these dark blue and, of course, a light blue translucent stud. Over here I got a couple of these. Let me see here. I got these, what are these? The 1x2 plates with, of course, some studs on the side, also useful pieces. We're creating some water effects. The jumper plates, 2x2 jumper plates. I got 2x2 tiles in blue color, 2x3 tiles, the 2x4 plates, and I'm just gonna go and empty out this bag. I got a couple of these 1x2 bricks, which I'm actually gonna use for the support of Mordor. Gonna throw that onto my table right there. I got these 2x3 plates over here. Got the 1x2, I believe these are the slopes. Yeah, these are the smaller smooth slopes. I got the 1x2 plates over here in blue color, and then finally this bag with the 2x8 plates in blue color. So a lot of pieces for some water, and I'm definitely going to get into building water for Rivendell, of course, because LegoMocLoc's instruction is actually focused on the building, and I also want to create some rock work of my own, as I'm doing with the Black Gate, of course. I want to build a huge modular MOC for Rivendell. So it's going to be a modular MOC like this, which I can easily put into boxes to take it to LEGO conventions, actually. So that is something epic to look forward to. So while I'm going to build the Black Gate, Minas Morgul, and all of my other main projects for building Middle-earth in LEGO, I'm also going to expand my smaller LEGO collection. And that's actually what this series is about. I'm going to build Rivendell in LEGO, but at a slow pace. So while you may see one episode of building Mordor in LEGO every week, you might see one episode of building Rivendell a month, for example. So it is really just a side series, which I'm not going to give you an upload schedule on. So this series doesn't have any upload schedule. It's just about me having fun with building Rivendell, and of course bringing all of you guys in to watch it while I build everything. So it's sort of a progress for you to watch over a longer period of time. But I really look forward to building everything of course, LegoMocLoc's Ultimate Collector Series Rivendell Instruction, and I hope that all of you are hyped for the future of my Rivendell MOC, because while I'm building Mordor in LEGO, I'm also going to put a lot of effort into building these awesome side projects. I'm really eager to hear what you think of my new building series, Building Rivendell in LEGO. So let me know what you think of this series in the comment section down below. Of course, if you did enjoy watching this video, let me know by leaving a like to support this series. Go subscribe to Brickley to join Team Brickley. And of course, ring that notification bell to stay updated when I post any LEGO videos. And I'll see you all in the next episode of Building Rivendell in LEGO.
It's in the air like a blazing flare. Cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything.